Hey everyone, this is Rochelle from cablecrack.com, and this is going to be a pretty long tutorial because I'm going to demonstrate a lot of things today. The first thing is to get everybody's Fire Stick to the current version of Kodi, which is 17.5. So I will demonstrate how to erase any old Kodi if you're doing this on a Fire Stick that you previously had Kodi loaded onto. Or if you have a brand new Fire Stick, we'll be able to add everything from scratch. Also, we're going to use a pulse build. And we're also, if you're interested, at the end, I'll show you how to put adult content as well on the Fire Stick. Always remember to check the description below, because as things change and Kodi changes up a lot, I will always put new video content out. And I will always kind of give you a timeline of everything on the video so you can skip and go to the parts that you need to without having to listen to the whole entire video if you don't need everything in this video. So again, please like, share, and comment. And without further ado, let's get started. So our agenda for today, we will delete older versions of Kodi. If you don't need this part, look in the description and skip to the next section. Once we delete everything, all of the older versions of Kodi, we're going to make sure our unknown sources are turned on. Then we're going to download Downloader, which is a program. We're going to use Downloader to install our Kodi 17.5. Then we're going to install Aries. We're going to install Pulse. And then we're going to do some maintenance with Kodi and Pulse. And then I'll show you how to put adult content on your Fire Stick if you're interested in that as well. Okay, so here we go. If you have older versions of Kodi, we want to get that off of the Fire Stick so we're not taking up so much memory. So from your Fire Stick home screen, just go to Settings, then go to Applications, then go to Manage Applications, scroll down and find Kodi, click on it, then choose Uninstall twice, then wait a couple of seconds, a pop-up box will come on, and then you'll just continue to uninstall Kodi. Once you have the older versions of Kodi uninstalled, you want to go back to your Fire Stick home screen. You can do that by clicking on the home button on the remote control or using the back button on the remote control and backing out till you reach the home screen. Now we need to turn on unknown sources. Unknown sources will have to be on in order for us to allow Kodi to be installed on the Fire Stick. If this is not turned on, you will not be able to add anything to the Fire Stick. So let's move to the demonstration. We're on the home screen of the Fire Stick. We're going to go across to the settings and click on that. Then we'll go down and find Device, and we'll click on that. Now we'll find Developer Options and we'll turn both of these toggles on. You'll get a warning box. Just say yes to the warning. And now our unknown sources is turned on. Now before I go to the home screen, I just want to show you the applications and then manage installed applications. This is where you would find Kodi to uninstall it. I'm using a brand new Fire Stick, so I don't have Kodi on it yet. But this is what the screen looks like from the previous instructions I gave you early on. Now the next step is to download a program called Downloader. And some people use ES Explorer, but I like to use Downloader because it has a mouse functionality embedded in it. And we're going to use that to install our Kodi 17.5. So from the Fire Stick home screen, we're going to click on the little magnifying glass at the left of the top menu. We're going to then type in the word Downloader, Downloader. Once we have the word spelled out, we'll highlight the word and click on it. Okay, then we'll click on the downloader icon. Then we'll click on the word download. then got it, and then install. Once it installs, then click open and just click OK to that box. And now we want to put in Kodi.tv. So the http:// is already at the top of that screen. So we will type in Kodi.tv and just agree to any pop-up box that comes on. Now, by using the mouse functionality, we need to find a screen where there's an Android icon, and we'll click on that. Then we want to scroll down again, and we want to find a screen that says older releases, and there'll be a link that says here, HERE. With the mouse functionality, you just go up and down and across till you can hit what you want to hit. Then we want to click on the word Android. Then we want to click on the word ARM, ARM. And then look at the dates of the various Kodi releases and pick the most recent release. Now, once you click on the most recent release, Kodi will load. So I'm just showing you this in real time so you can kind of get a sense of how long it should take. Obviously, everybody's internet connection is different, but this will just give you a simulation of how long it takes. Okay, so once it downloads, you'll click on install, and then Kodi will install. I will just fast forward to the next part of the video. When the install is finished, then you will press open, and then you'll see Kodi preparing the first run. While we're waiting for Kodi to prepare itself for the first run, I just want to talk about Kodi a little bit. So when we first put Kodi on a Fire Stick, it's what I call native Kodi, where it's not that graphical. Once we have Kodi open, we're going to use it to install or download Aries, and then we're going to use Aries to download Pulse. Pulse is what they call the build, and there's many builds out there. All it is a wallpaper that basically is graphically appealing, and it also allows you to organize your add-ons so that you can navigate to them more easily. But the key takeaway here is, once we go back to the demonstration, just look at the Kodi screen. That's what I call native Kodi. And the big takeaway is, from native Kodi, I'm going to show you how to add a source, how to install from a zip, and how to install from a repository. What's important about that is that if you know the HTTP address of where different add-ons sit, you can always add an add-on to native Kodi, and then later on in the video, I'll show you how to add it on to Kodi when the build is on top of Kodi. So now you're not going to see the native screen, even though it's actually there, but you're going to be able to do the same thing through the build wallpaper as you would do with the native Kodi. Once you kind of understand the steps that both situations are going through, it's the same, it just looks different on the screen. So let's get started. When Kodi is finished, we'll now be on the Kodi native screen. We want to go up to the gear icon, click on it, click on system settings, then come down and click on add-ons, and we want to turn on those two toggles and press yes to the warning. So what we just did is we turned on Kodi's unknown sources, and now we can move to the next step. But let me just take you out of demonstration mode and come to the slides to focus on File Manager, because that's what we're going to do next. Now remember, File Manager is how you're going to add all of your sources that you use in conjunction with Kodi. If you kind of know this part of the video, then that means you can add anything you want to Kodi at any time and always keep your Kodi updated. Because remember, Kodi is always changing. So Something that works today, you may have to adjust in a month or so. So the key about File Manager, again, we can do this from native Kodi, which we're doing the steps right now in native Kodi. And then once we add the Pulse build and any build that you choose, we'll be able to do the same File Manager steps, but it'll just look a little different on the screen. So I just wanted to call this part of the video out, because if you understand this, this is kind of like the guts of keeping your Kodi updated, being able to remove add-ons that are no longer working or add new add-ons that will come about, because they come and they go, they're reliable and then they're unreliable. So again, pay attention to this part. Okay, let's go. This part of the video moves a little fast, so just pay attention to the screen. So once we're out of system settings, we go into File Manager and we click on Add Source. We click on the None field, and that's going to open up this keyboard. So the first step is we want to be able to put in the HTTP address for Aries Wizard. Aries Wizard's URL address or HTTP address is http://Aries, which is ARES, dash repo, which is REPO, .eu. After you finish typing in that, press OK. Now you'll go down and click on the media source field, and that will open up the keyboard. And you can name this anything you want, but I just always put a dot and then Aries. The dot just makes it go to the top of the list. Once you finish that, you press OK. Now, if you click on Aries and if you see a zip file, that means you put the address in correctly. If you don't see a zip file, that means you did not put the address in correctly. What you would need to do is go back to Add Source and make sure you put this address. That's why I have it on the screen for you. Make sure you put that address in. Once you put everything in, then go back to Aries and make sure that the zip file is there. Once the zip file is there, now we're ready to install from zip. So we're going to come out of that, go to the first screen of Kodi, come down to add-ons, click on that, click on the box icon on the left, come down to install from zip, click on that, then click on Aries, then click on the zip. And then the highlight of install from zip is going to happen. You're going to wait for the confirmation that Aries has installed. Now we'll go to install from repository, come down to Aries project, go down to program add-ons, then Aries Wizard, then press install. You're going to wait for that message to install. You'll click on it again. Then you'll come down and click on open. And then it's going to look like a little round circle. It's going to look like the screen is frozen. But at a certain point, you're going to get a couple of status bar screens. And then you're going to get the Aries Wizard loading screen. And once that's finished, then we'll be on the Aries screen. You'll click Browse Builds. Then you'll come down and click on Pulse. Then you have to enter a PIN. To get the PIN, go to a computer, or you can do this on your cell phone. Make sure you put the correct URL in, and that will give you a 4-digit PIN number. When you get the PIN number, click on Enter PIN, and then enter the number that the website gives you. The one that I'm putting in now works now, but it will not work in about 5 minutes. The PIN always changes, so make sure you put the correct PIN in. Then once you put the PIN in, come down to Pulse CCM Krypton, click on it, and wait for the install button to turn blue, and then click on that. Now this will probably be the longest part of the install process. At this pop-up window, just turn all the toggles on and press proceed. And I'm just going to fast forward to the end of the install. There will be 2 status bars, you'll see. After you get the 2 status bars, it will go back to the screen. It'll like sit there for a little moment. So just give it time, and then a backup skin pop-up box is going to pop up on the screen. You will answer no and click no when you get that pop-up box. There it is. So we'll say no, and then we'll say no to the contest, and it says Kodi has to close, so you say okay. Now just back out of the downloader screen that you see right now, because that was the original stuff we were doing when we were putting Kodi on. So back all the way out. If it doesn't allow you to back out, then press the home button on your remote control to get to the Fire Stick home screen. So this part of the demonstration, I just want to show you how to find your Kodi icon, and then we'll do some maintenance stuff once we get into Kodi. So let's go back to the home screen of the Fire Stick, and you're going to go down to your apps and games. You're going to scroll all the way across and then click see all. Then you're going to find the Kodi icon, but don't click on it. On your remote, there's a 3-line button. Click on that or push it from your remote. I'm trying to show you. It's a little dark, but it's the button on the left. And then you're going to come down and click on move to the front so that the Kodi icon moves to the front. You'll click on Kodi, and now we're going to go into Kodi. As you can see, the pulse screen is going to pop up first because now we've already added pulse. And now you're going to see the graphical, pleasing wallpaper that Pulse gives us. So give that one moment. And I'm showing you in real time so you know that that black screen occurs, especially on the first load up. So this is what Pulse looks like, and we're going to do some maintenance. We'll go to the System on the tab and click on it. Then we'll come down to the word Interface, click on that. And then you can see in the middle where it says zoom, you'll want to go on that screen, and then you can adjust the size of your screen by going up and down with the percentage on zoom. So another good call out here is if you're pressing your remote and nothing is happening, remember when you first cut on your Fire Stick, it has to update all of the new additions to the add-on. So that's what's happening right now. It's hesitating because it's trying to update all of the add-ons, especially this is the first time we're running the Pulse build. So right now in the background, it's trying to get everything up to date for us. So remember, whenever you cut your Fire Stick on, it has to add new stuff. So just be patient. When you click, and if things start to hesitate a little bit, kind of let the Fire Stick catch up and update itself. Once all the updates come into the Fire Stick and our screen is good, now we'll move over to the word Other, and then you'll see a Show RS Feed. So cut that off. That was the ticker tape that was rolling on the bottom of the screen. That's how you get rid of it. So now let's go into Covenant. I'm not sure if you saw that, but if you go back to the Movies tab and then click on the add-on Covenant, and I just want to show you how to get rid of something called holsters. So you'll click on the 2 dots once you go into it. Then you'll click on Tools. Then you'll click on Settings Playback. And then you'll come down and find the message that says Holsters with Captchas. And you'll turn that off and press OK. Now let's move on to adding adult content, and this is going to also demonstrate how to use File Manager. Remember, we did it already in native Kodi, but how can we do the same thing now that the build is overlaying on Kodi? Again, File Manager is going to allow us to add a source. We're going to check the source. We're going to install from the zip, and then we're going to install from the repository. So in order to add the adult content, we're going to need the source HTTP address, and with that information, we could add the adult content to Kodi. So to demonstrate, we'll go to the Kodi home screen, or I should say the Pulse home screen, go to the System tab on the scroll bar, click on File Manager, which is in the sub-menu part of the scroll bar. And as you can see, we're on the Add Source. That should look familiar. Click on Add Source, then click in the None field, and that'll give you the online keyboard. And what we want to do is enter the URL for the adult content. So that's http://transform transform.mega tron.tv. Now once we finish adding the URL in, we'll press Done. And then we're going to name a media source. So we'll click in that box and I'm going to name it .mega, and then I'll click Done and OK. Once I finish that, I can check to make sure I have the right URL by going to .mega and clicking on it. And if I see a zip file, which I do, that means I'm good. If I don't see a zip file, I have to do that process over. So now we come back to the post screen. We want to click on System and then click on Add-ons. It'll hesitate for a second, and then we want to click on Install from Zip. We find our .mega, we find our zip file, we wait for the message to come on that says that the Megatron has installed from the zip file, so give it a moment. There's our message. So now we go to Install from Repository. We find the Mega repository and click on it. Then we click on Program Add-ons, and then we click on Fist of Furies, and then we click Install. Once you see that the download has completed, we will click on Fist of Fury and you get the message box on the lower right hand corner. Then we will click on Open. And when it pops up, you're just going to say, yes, you're 18 years old. And then when you move your cursor over, you'll see the big butt icon. Click on that. And then it will install. It's a pretty quick install. It doesn't take too long. And once it finishes installing, it actually is 2 status bars. But again, it's pretty quick. Once it finishes installing, then it will tell you to get a box of Kleenex. And once you get that message, then you know that you have successfully installed your adult content. So there it is. So you press OK. Now remember, we just added this repository. So now all of the add-ons have to pop in. But let me just show you how you would see your video add-ons. So you would come back to the post screen and go to System tab, but click on Video Add-ons, which is in the sub-menu. And this is where you would see all your add-ons, so any add-on that you want to see. But as you can see, as we're moving around, now the Fire Stick is updating itself. So all of the adult add-ons are now updating itself. And of course, my remote is going to hesitate a little bit. But as you can see, Adult Hideout is there. That's one of the adult add-ons. As we move down, we see Hot Goo. I think we're going to see Just for Him. So now everything is updated on your Fire Stick. So now you're ready to go. Your Fire Stick is fired up and ready to watch all the great free content that's streamed from the internet. So just keep in mind with this video, Kodi is going to change. Obviously, it's going to have more versions out there. There's going to be add-ons that don't work and add-ons, new add-ons that come about. And now with this video, you can basically adjust your Fire Stick whenever is needed. So if a new add-on comes on, you know how to add it through File Manager, and it doesn't matter if Kodi is in its native state or if a build is on top of Kodi. We know how to add it through File Manager. We also know that if a version of Kodi changes, we can uninstall the old Kodi, put in a new Kodi, put on Aries, put on Pulse, and be back running again. So I hope this was helpful. I try not to talk too much. I hate long videos, but it's a lot of steps, unfortunately, to get everything on the Fire Stick and to adjust everything as we did. Again, I'm Rochelle from cablecrack.com. And again, please like, share, and comment. Thanks again.